Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. We'll continue with the Gospel. We saw yesterday what is the good of holy company. Ramakrishna telling it begets yearning for God. Without yearning, nothing can be achieved in spiritual life. By constantly living in the company of holy men, the soul becomes restless for God. This yearning is like the state of mind of a man who has someone ill in the family. By constantly living in the company of holy men, whatever company we live in, we acquire the nature of that company. It is called mob mentality. Suppose you are with the mob, whatever mob is, it influences, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's presence, how it used to awaken the spiritual consciousness of man. We saw Vinayakanandaji Maharaj, the 10th president of Ramakrishna Math and Mission, telling us about his initiation from Holy Mother. They went to Jairam Bhati, and each time Maharaj, as a brahmachari, approached Mother, he used to completely lose, not only he, all would lose their personality. They will become like helpless children. No, Mother has to do everything as if. That dissolves the ego. So the presence of great people who are enlightened, in their presence, our spiritual consciousness awakens to that extent that our usual normal ego that we possess in the world, I will do this, that, and I will enjoy this, I will possess this, all this will dissolve away. And coming down to a little towards holy company is different from the company of the enlightened souls. The evolved means a holy person is he who doesn't have any interest in the worldly pursuits. He doesn't want anything from the world. He aspires for God and higher life. He constantly discriminates between the real and unreal, the eternal and temporal. He goes on discriminating, and he is on the path. He is only seeking. Sri Ramakrishna describes who is a sadhu. Sadhu is one who has his mind always kept at the feet of God. So, the person who speaks to you nothing but God all the day and night, what happens to the person who is accompanying him all the time? There will be so much influence. That is why we used to send people, the boys especially, to the Gurukula at young age after the initiating them into spiritual life as much as possible, or religious at least to the extent possible. They used to go to the Guru's house. Guru will tell him so many things, but personally he will tell, look at my life. observe my life and follow the scriptures. Two important things he says is, Guru to the disciple, whoever comes, follow the scriptures, what scriptures has got to say, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, what it has got to, that must mold your life. And where is the practical example that we can see and learn? Is the company of holy men. Guru says, look at my life, how I live, how I treat people, how I think, how I walk in my life, how I solve the problems that come in life. All that Guru will be, these disciples will be seeing what scripture is telling verbatim in the life of Guru. Like that, holy men, they don't speak to you anything other than God and spiritual life. Sometimes they may give the example of the world, how people live in the world, something is there in me to be washed down. And then that experience, that understanding, that knowledge Guru will be supplying by giving an example from various places. And then he will see that the disciple is able to understand what world is, what God is, what man is, what is the purpose of human life. It goes on making clarity regarding Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara and purpose of human life. Again and again, wherever he goes, wherever he talks, finally he comes to the same understanding that the end of and the be-end of all things is to realize God. Human life means realizing God. We see Sri Ramakrishna talking to so many people, so many things, but again and again he comes to the same point. Jagate Virag, Bhagavane Anurag. This is the path, and to reach God somehow, Josho Kore, whatever you want, something or the other you do in such a way that you finish. He is to give the example. People go to see the Kali temple, they will be here, there, somewhere they will be moving about in the market, here, there and all. Finally they will go to the temple, by the time temple will be closed. So he says, first find out a shelter, put all your things there, nothing to worry, straight away run to the temple. First have the darshan of Mother, then you can do whatever you want, or you don't do, it doesn't matter. You can go on feeding the beggars, buying things for the back or return home, whatever your first thing you have to finish the task for which you have come and taken this human birth. You have to finish that task, and then afterwards, whatever you do or don't do, it doesn't matter. So, life is to be pledged for realization of God, and all efforts to reach that goal has to be done. This again he will insist. And we see not only his teaching is done by many people. Nowadays in computers, you will see in Google, here, there, YouTube, so many people teaching. If you go and watch their life, it won't be matching with their teaching. So here you will see in holy men, whatever he says, he exemplifies in his life. He is telling and he is showing. He is telling, he is showing. What happens to that mind which constantly lives with the holy man and constantly thinks of whatever he has told? It generates longing for God. Yes, he has attained. So many saints, all saints' life if you watch, they have attained. And I too can attain. Full of confidence. Whatever be your condition, whatever be your state of mind, whatever your past tendencies are there in you, immaterial of all these are petty things. The main thing is your decision to reach. Once you decide to reach that goal, it doesn't matter what arrangements are there within you and without you, or they are not there. Your resolution, your decision will take you further to make you reach that goal. That firm decision, resolution, that's called sankalpa. Shiva sankalpa mastu. Sankalpa is the sankalpa, power of sankalpa. When does our will get fulfillment? Every moment we are willing so many things. I want to do, I want to this, I want that, I want. When does your will, you see that will has become true or has achieved, is when your will is in line with the divine will. Your will must be in the line of the divine will. Then it is bound to give the result. And you are going on the path to God. God wants only that. God is willing, only waiting for you. God wills that you should, nature wills that you should move on the path to perfection, absolute perfection, ultimate perfection of having realized God, enlightenment. So this path by which you are taken is definitely God's will. Suppose you want to go to the world and enjoy the world, you can't say it is God's will. God wants me to enjoy the world, you cannot say. Maybe a sadhaka may need a particular experience, and for that God may take him. But there also he has to again and again pray, make me realize you, make me realize you. I don't know why you have brought me here, what for you have kept me here, what I have to do in this world, some duties of life. One may have to earn his livelihood, somebody may have to look after his old parents. All that he has to do, and only support in life is God. His only support in life is God. Oh Lord, I am here as you have kept me here. Make me go in the path properly. So, wherever you will have satsanga, constantly you are in a satsanga for a long time, you will see one thing is, for everything you offer yourself to divine. And for everything you will call divine interference. You want to go out. I wanted to leave the home and join the mutt. I had to wait for 5 years. Wait with tears every day. How long I had to wait. Only support is God. Please take me away, take me away. To leave home and go away, it's one moment's decision. I can leave and come away. But I have to take my responsibility. If God takes me, then it is His responsibility. So, leaving the amat, leaving the ashram, leaving and going somewhere, leaving a job, everything needs divine permission, so that next step is taken care by the divine. So pray, we will learn to invite the divine interference in our life. Why do we need divine interferences? He will take the responsibility. I will be walking. If He makes me walk in the line He wants me to walk, then I have no problem. Wherever you want to keep, wherever you want to take me, whatever sadhana you want to get it done through me, I am there at your disposal, get it done. I am yours. So this constant prayer from satsanga, you will get yearning for God. God's interference, nature's participation in your life, and the blessings of all elders who have reached the perfection. Because you are in that path, the backing from the ancient times, so many rishis have realized, and their only prayer was, make others realize, release others also. So when you are walking on that path, you will be backed by that parampara of realization of God. So holy man's company will give you a lot of things, scriptural understanding and practical examples. He will show the saint's life, what happened. Situation of life comes, that you are caught in such a way that you cannot move by any means. Then the satsanga will give you the understanding how to come out of it, how to take the divine support, and how to get released from anything, and see that whatever comes in life, how to utilize it to go towards God, whether it is joy or suffering of life. If some great joy comes, you are so much comfortable, everything is going on well, how to utilize this joy of living to go towards God. Go on thanking God for everything. Good children you are given, they are going in the proper way. Everything is flourishing. So offer as it is everything at the feet of God. Oh Lord, it is yours. You are making. Make me realize you. All this is there, but one day it is going to end. Similarly, when dukkha comes, great suffering comes, turn this also to go towards God. Look, did you see what is world? Except bondage and suffering, nothing is there. It is now you have experienced what it is, turn yourself to God. So whatever comes in life, how to utilize it to go towards God also comes from the satsanga. It generates love of God. The bhajans they sing. Any North India, go to any established sadhu, first thing as soon as you go is they will give you little water to drink and ask someone nearby to fetch something, some sweets or something. By that time he sings a song and makes your heart so light and so calm. You feel pleasant, you feel the presence of divine there. And this begets love of God. It is there within. Something external is necessary to open the inner gates for the love to flow towards divine. So whatever comes in life, utilize it, and whatever you don't have, pray for it. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling here, by constantly living in the company of holy men, the soul becomes restless for God. Here the term soul is S capital. Means this is not the soul of the Western understanding. The mind and inner antaranga is called soul in Western concept. When we use the term soul, we use the term S capital to represent the Jivatman. It is not the mind that becomes restless. It is heart. In the depths of your heart, just like you feel the loneliness, you cannot remain like that. You cannot remain without God. Heart becomes restless. Sri Ramakrishna used to tell sometimes Vivekananda, he has not seen for a long time. One day somebody will be sleeping there, another disciple. Night, midnight, past midnight, he goes and wakes him up and says, my heart is like wreathing like a towel being squeezed to take out the water. I have not seen Naren for so many days. Will you go and tell him? Will you bring him tomorrow morning? What for? Because he has a purpose to fulfill. He is one who is going to save millions of people for which they have come down to the earth. And if he is absent, it is love for the jivas and their liberation that he is holding on to Naren. The love he is pouring, he is directing in and through Naren. He is dragging Naren. He has to make way for the Naren to go towards the divine and make others go towards divine by presenting Sri Ramakrishna to them. Because the time is changing, new ideals are to be placed in the heart of the jiva. So this yearning is like the state of mind of a man who has someone ill in the family. We commonly see this. These are practical, simple examples Sri Ramakrishna gives that anybody can understand and utilize. How will be the longing? Someone your nearest and dearest is in the deathbed, and what will be the state of your mind? You can imagine what makes him get cured. His mind is in a state of perpetual restlessness, thinking how the sick person can be cured. Or again, one should feel a yearning for God like the yearning of a man who has lost his job and is wandering from one office to another in search of work. If he is rejected at certain place which has no vacancy, he goes there again the next day and inquires, is there any vacancy today? What will be the state of? He has lost his job or doesn't have a job. How you can see this practically in modern times. They have finished their engineering, medical, this, that, and graduates. Without a job, they will be wandering like anything. Restless they will be. Same restlessness, not much. That much restlessness, if you turn that restlessness for God, you will realize God. Simple things. What you feel in the world, direct it towards the divine. You will achieve this. Attractions, attachments, turn it to God. It will be making you transcend the nature and enter eternal life, eternal peace. There is another way, earnestly praying to God. This is another way praying to God. One is becoming restlessness. Whatever I do, I don't feel restless for God. What to do then? The question comes. In Bhagavad Gita, in the 12th chapter, you see Krishna going on giving alternatives. Try to meditate upon you. If you cannot do, you do this, that. Finally, he says, if you cannot do anything, last thing, you work for me and offer that work to me. You will realize. First he begins with dhyana. Then he comes last to the karma. Because he knows it is not easy to detach mind from all things, all concerns, and keep at the feet of God. He must have tried himself to keep on himself. He himself is God. So Arjuna also, whatever yoga you are telling, I think it is impossible, because mind is such a thing, like a boat in the tufan, cyclone, a boat caught in the storm. A mind is like that. So Krishna says, yes, my child, what you say is true. Mind is extremely uncontrollable thing, but through vairagya, and Abhyasa. In Patanjali Yoga Sutra also, Abhyasa Vairagya Abhyam Tannirodha. Krishna also in Bhagavad Gita says, Kaunteya Vairagyena Chakrahyate Asamshayam Mahabhavu Manodudnigra Achala. But you can have control over it through Vairagya and constant abhyasa, repeatedly, bringing mind into control. You'll be finally able to achieve it. So here the one thing is, finally, like that, Sri Ramakrishna also here is giving an alternative. If longing is not there, by no means longing is coming for God, then pray to God directly. Once one devotee came to Tapasanaji Maharaj. Thakur says, if you weep for 3 days and 3 nights for God, you will realize God. And I tried. About half an hour I could weep somehow, making up my mind. Then my eyes started drying up. And then no tears are coming, nothing is happening. I started reading gospel, this, that, nothing is happening. I'm not feeling that longing at all, whatever I do. Then no tears are coming, what to do? Tapasanaji said, buy some onion and start cutting it, tears will come. Longing won't be there. So Sri Ramakrishna gives the alternative. There is another way, earnestly praying to God. God is our very own. We should say to Him, O God, what is Thy nature? Reveal Thyself to me. Thou must show Thyself to me. For why else hast Thou created me? This is why have you brought me into this world? We have heard all saints telling the same thing, realize God. And that is the purpose of human life. And you have brought me into this world. Now you must reveal me. The purpose for which you have brought me must be fulfilled. So there is another way, earnestly praying to God. God is our very own. This is an important thing that we must feel. We must clearly understand God is our very own. Actual relationship with God as my very own, you will experience only after entering into Vijnanamaya Kosha, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, crossing. That is after the spiritual awakening. The moment you are spiritually awakened, first thing you start weeping for Divine Mother. Oh, I have not seen you. Where are you, Mother? Then from Deha Bhava, our awareness shifts to Jiva Bhava. Till now I am this body. The moment I wake up, I say I am this body. For this body, the physical mother is there. When the I shift from body to inner being, the Jivatman, I know that I am transmigratory soul. Instead of knowing like now, I am a body. After spiritual awakening, you will know I am the transmigratory soul. I am dwelling in this, I have to live and go. That identity, when you get, then first thing is, who is my father? Who is my mother? For this body there was father and mother. For this soul which has come into this body, I am that, I am not this body. The body awareness goes away and Jivatmahood comes. Then first thing, I want to see my mother. The real longing for God and real relationship with God comes with spiritual awakening. But now, certain things we have to assume and take it for with faith, because it has been told by the Rishi Munis who have realized God. So, faith in their words, faith in the Guru's words, faith in scriptures will be taking you till the spiritual awakening happens in you by just a small amount of longing for God and your dedication. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.